Hello everybody, this is Dr. Sean Henry here with a video tour of our Library Skills 150 or LibS 150 Leo Classroom to help you get started. This video will probably take about 10-15 minutes, but I'll try to keep it brief. But I want to show you what the classroom looks like. I am now on the course homepage, which is where you land when you first log in, and let me point out some features here. First of all, over here on the right-hand side, in this big area, this is the announcements area, and I will post a classroom announcement here each and every Monday morning with a checklist of things to do that week. I'll also email it to you. Over on the other side here, I guess I should say before I leave the announcements area, the newest announcement is always on top, and the previous announcements will appear below as the course goes on. Over on the left-hand side is the alerts. And this alerts area right here gives you reminders about assignment due dates and other information. Like it's telling me right now that I need to catch up on some of your introduction posts. Thanks, early bird introducers in our classroom. And below alerts is the calendar. And you can see where things are going to be available and when they are due. And just remember, our course begins on Monday mornings and ends on the next Sunday night. And you can also look at the calendar as, a regular, kind of like a wall calendar. If you click on the word calendar here, you can see it on a 30-day grid. And you can see that things are due on things are assigned on Mondays and due the following Fridays. It's sort of the workflow for our class. Okay, going to go back to the previous screen. And let's see what else we can get into here. Back at the course homepage, you'll see a vertical row of links up here near the very top of the page. I'll get to those in a minute. But at the very, very tippy top, over here, next to where your name appears in the top right corner, you're going to see some small icons. It's called the mini bar. And the most important one for you is probably going to be this one that looks like an envelope. That's where you can instant message or IM other people in the class from here, including me. However, if you want to get the quickest response from me and you really need to get in touch, do it the old-fashioned way by email, because sometimes I take a vacation from the classroom for a day or two, but I'm always on email. Okay, let's go to those important links I was talking about here. And of course, we're on the one right now that's called Course Home. But let's move over to where it says Content, where most of the course material is located. And when you open Content for the very first time, usually the overview shows up here with information about me and how to contact me. And there's going to be some other useful information here as well. But probably the most important spot next to the course material here in the contents is going to be a little bit farther down the list where it says syllabus. So I'm going to click there. And then I have to click again to get into the syllabus. And the syllabus is basically the roadmap for this course. Everything about the course is listed here. All the policies, all the due dates, how things are graded, classroom schedule, everything. And you can see some of the things here. For example, I provide class guidelines for preparation. And most important thing I can say here is right here where it says stay in touch. If a conflict arises, try to get in touch with me in advance. Just don't disappear from the classroom because I don't know what's going on. You have to contact me in advance to let me know to make alternate arrangements if you can't meet assignment deadlines. I'm very flexible with that, by the way, but you have to ask. Okay, we have grading information here, and it tells you all the breakdown of how everything is graded and how much of the percentage of the course grade it counts. Like quizzes, altogether there are 8 quizzes that count 40%, discussions count 10%, and most important here are the research log projects. Part 1 is 10%, and you'll be doing that during the first week, but during the third week you'll be doing Part 2, and Part 2 is 40%, so that's going to be really important. Also, I should say the 2 research log projects, sometimes they're called Research Project 1 and Research Project 2, but but Research Project 2 is actually a continuation of Project 1, so sometimes you'll see it called Part 1 and Part 2. And farther down the list here, where we have the syllabus, we have grading. And of course, we're on the regular, traditional A through F grading system, where 90 and above is an A. And make sure, though, that when you look at this, you're looking at the undergraduate column on this generic chart that I pasted into the syllabus, because the graduate courses are graded just a little bit differently. And finally, I'm getting down to the bottom where all of the class and assignment schedule is. First of all, when I say assignments, all of the things that you have to do, all of the work, all of the quizzes and the projects are embedded in the classroom for you. You don't have to upload anything to your computer. There are no papers to write that you have to upload to show me or anything like that. It's all in the classroom. And for that reason, we're not using what's called the assignments folder or the assignments area that you might be using for other classes. We're just skipping over that in this class. Everything is in you need to do is in the content and the discussions. But here is the chart of when things are due in what week. And you can always go back in here in the syllabus and look, but I will be pasting from these checklists in week by week into the classroom announcements for you there. Okay, so that's the syllabus. And I believe if you wanted to, I'm going to see if I can scroll all the way back up the syllabus here to the very top. Some people like to print out the syllabus, and you can do that from up here right above the syllabus in the corner here. There is a print option right there. So that's always open to you. Let's go back and take a look at some other things here in the classroom. So I'm going back to the table of contents where I found the syllabus. And below the syllabus is the course content. And this is where our weekly readings and assignments will be. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to week 1 here, week 1 research strategies. And these are sometimes called commentaries or modules, but basically they're weekly reading materials for the 4 weeks in this class. And you can look at the overview and objectives for each week to find out what the goals are, what the objectives are. And then you can dig into the commentary, and I'm going to go to the first page right here where it says what is research, and open it. And what it is that you read through each page. Make sure that you scroll all the way down to the bottom, because all of the content might not appear on your monitor, depending on how big your monitor is. So make sure to use this inner scroll bar to make sure you go down to the bottom of each page. And when you finish engaging with one page, you go to the next page by using this little arrow right up here, which is being a little bit slow today. Oh, there we are. See, I'm scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page, going to the next page. This is really good. There's going to be a lot of charts, helpful charts to look at when you're doing material. And on this page, there is looks like a little bullseye here, like for archery, and that is a signal for practice activities, which you can click on and get to here. They're optional, not graded, but they can help you maybe with some skills or get some practice of what you've just been reading about. Then I go to the next page, and this is where a quiz is going to pop up starting tomorrow on August 19th. And we'll have 2 quizzes per week. And they're fairly short, but be careful with them. And they count 5 points or 5% of the course each. Okay, so this gives you sort of a flow. I'm going back to course content here because I want to show you where the projects are. Now at the very end of, go back into week 1, I guess, at least the outline of week 1. When you get done with week 1, you're going to see that there is a research project down at the bottom. And so you will actually be able to, the link isn't activated until tomorrow, but you will be able to go in there and read the instructions. It's sort of hands-on practice, or not practice, but a hands-on demonstration of what you've learned in week 1. So it's tied very closely to the quizzes and practice activities and readings. And at the end of week 3, and I'm going to click over to the week 3 section right here, This is a different week. We're on week 3 now. At the bottom of week 3, there's going to be Research Log Project 2. So you'll see that there. And so that's basically it for getting around in the content. You engage with the syllabus, of course, and the overview, and then you go into the course content and go through and read through week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 to engage with the quizzes and activities there. So I'm going to move on over to the next link here in the top link bar, and that's discussions. And right now, several of you have engaged with the LibS 150 introductions. Thank you. And this will be open for the first week of class as well. And then I've also put something in here of frequently asked questions for them, just giving you some information here about what's going on in the classroom. And then we have something called the Library Lounge, which is just a place to blow off steam or discuss things that may come up that are not necessarily related to the class. Okay, but right now we're in week 1 LibS 150 introductions, and you know it's a graded conference because it says 2 points in parentheses right after it. We will have 2 other discussions in the next few weeks of this course. But right now, if you wanted to engage with the discussions, you click on the link right here, the hyperlink, and you can read some of the information and directions and suggestions for the discussion, and then you can click here and start a new thread and introduce yourself. And you can see it works sort of like an email here. And it's even got a little built-in text editor. Some people even like to paste in pictures, but you don't have to do that. And so when you get done with that, and you just click on post, and then you will be in the system. Your discussion participation will appear in the forum. And now I'm going to go back to, I went all the way back out. I didn't mean to do that. But if you wanted to just read somebody's, of course, you can click on somebody like April's introduction here. Click on her name or the title of her introduction and read about it. And then I can reply to it just like Claudette did here. So, and that's how that works. And you don't have to answer and respond to everybody's introductions or other discussion threads in this humongous class of 60 or so students. Just make sure that you participate every week with your main thread, and then maybe come back and look and see if anybody's responded to it. And if you get lost, and I'm going to go back out to the view topic here, if you get lost in these threads here, there is actually a way where you can search. There's a little search box right up here where you can search by somebody's name, your name, or maybe some word or something in your discussion post, and you can easily navigate it that way. Or you can go over here a little bit farther down. You can sort by people's names, A to Z, or the most recent thread or the oldest thread. So there are different ways you can navigate some of our long threaded forum discussions here. Okay, enough about discussions. But please participate in the 3 assigned discussions. Some people sort of, in the past, sort of get kind of relaxed about that, and they don't respond to maybe the second or third discussion, and that's like almost a letter grade lower that you'd get for the whole course if you don't respond to the discussions. Okay, assignments. We're not using this section, as I said, because there's nothing that you have to upload for me, like a term paper or a project or anything. It's all online here in the classroom under Content and Discussions, have you seen. And now we have My Tools. And My Tools has a couple of good places for you. If you click on that, a menu comes up. Grades, you can see the grades listed for you so far. And also down at the very, very bottom is my favorite feature here, and it's called Class Progress. And you can go in there and see everything that's been graded so far in a friendly chart with colorful graphics. And you can also, from here, click and access your submitted quizzes and see what the correct answers are. and other things as well, other details. And class progress is a really good place to go in and look at your grades. Okay, resources here is the next link from the top toolbar. And I'm just going to go and just talk about the second one right here where it says library. And if I click there, it's opening up another window because I'm in Firefox. It will open up the library website for you. And we will be engaging with the library website, especially databases by title and the research guides during week 2 and 3 of this class. Okay, close that out. Class list here is the next link up at the top, and this is a roster of everybody who's in the class. And from here you can actually send somebody an email if you want to. And I will be sending everybody class emails weekly, at least, with checklists and tips about the course. And you can actually even see some people who are online right now, like me, for example. I've got a green dot next to my name, and I see that Heather up here is online right now too. And so you just can see who's online right now if you wanted to get in touch with them by instant message using this little envelope way up at the top of the page. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We're down to the last link here, and I'm going over long with this video, so I apologize. But we've got the help feature here, and the most important one is the help center right here. These are the IT people, and so what I would do if you have any technical issues at all is chat with them, email them, call them, and you'll get quick response and help. You can also even do a system check from here just to make sure that your computer is completely compatible with the Leo Online Classroom system, which is compatible with just about everything, so don't worry. Okay, so that is my little spiel here going on 17 minutes. I apologize for the length, but thanks for your attention, and I look forward to starting to work with you guys tomorrow. So bye for now.